The Nobel Prize is an annual Swedish award given to a person or group deemed to have contributed greatly to the betterment of mankind. It is widely regarded as the most prestigious award someone can win in their respective field. Currently, there are 5 awards in the areas of medicine, physics, literature, chemistry, and peace. There is an additional award which has Nobel's name attached to it but isn't considered a Nobel Prize: the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences.
The creation of the Nobel Prize came from the will of Alfred Nobel. Alfred was a Swedish chemist well known at the time for his development of the explosive dynamite. His will, signed on December 27, 1895, would ensure the creation of the 5 Nobel Prizes. He used the tremendous amounts of wealth he had generated from his inventions and his businesses, which totaled to approximately 31 Swedish kronor, to finance his final wish. In today's terms, this amount is approximately $185 million American. In his will, Nobel specifically states that the prizes for physics and chemistry shall be awarded by the Swedish Academy of Sciences, that for physiological or medical works by Karolinska Institute in Stockholm, that for literature by the Academy in Stockholm, and that for the champions of peace by a committee of 5 persons to be elected by the Norwegian Storting. Following Nobel's death on December 10, 1896, it took almost 5 years for organizers to finally present the first Nobel Prize, on December 10, 1901.
Alfred Nobel specifically meant for the creation of 5 different prizes. Some notable winners of each award include: in literature, T.S. Eliot for his contribution to present-day poetry, Ernest Hemingway for his narrative The Old Man and the Sea. In medicine and physiology, Watson and Crick for the discovery of the DNA helix, Frederick Grant Banting, the discoverer of insulin. In chemistry, Niels Bohr for his creation of the Bohr model. In physics, Albert Einstein for discovering the law of photoelectric effect, Erwin Schrödinger for the discovery of atomic theory. In peace, Nelson Mandela for his work against apartheid regime and for setting groundworks for a democratic South Africa, Mother Teresa for her charity.
The process of being nominated is a long and grueling affair. For example, one of mankind's greatest humanitarians, Mahatma Gandhi, was nominated 5 times but never won. Alfred Nobel had stated that he wanted it to be a slow process, because it would give the prize a greater importance and ensure that many people were considered. At first, a large group of people, in the thousands, are told to nominate candidates. These people are then further examined by a group of individuals who are considered experts in their designated area of knowledge. For the Peace Prize, however, the people asked to name candidates came from a more informed background. For example, politicians, university professors, other Nobel Prize winners, etc. People cannot nominate themselves. After the process of nominations, a list of about 200 candidates are created and is submitted to a select group. There, candidates for the award are cut down to about 15 people. This is when the committee of experts vote on the winner. The names of nominees aren't made known to the public for about 50 years after the prizes have been given out. However, there have been instances where some individuals nominated for the Nobel Prize have been published by the media. There is a strict rule of awarding no more than 3 awards for a single discovery, invention, or achievement. Also, awards aren't given to deceased people unless they passed away after the nomination process.
Usually the names of the winners are released by October. The physical awarding of the prize, however, takes place on December 10, in recognition of the date Nobel died. Lately, the ceremonies have been held at Stockholm Concert Hall, but had previously taken place at the Norwegian Nobel Institute, Oslo City Hall, and at the University of Oslo. The winners are presented with a grant of about $1.2 million American, a medal with a portrait of Alfred Nobel, and a diploma. Grant money is usually divided among the recipients if there are more than one winner of a single award. From 1902 on, the King of Sweden has presented the prizes in the city of Stockholm. The only prize not handed out by the king is the Peace Prize. At first, King Oscar II was wary of giving money to people from outside of Sweden, but eventually approved once he was told of the value of the prizes had for the country of Sweden in terms of publicity and recognition. Often, Nobel Prize recipients give a lecture on their subject.
Apart from the money, medal, and diploma given out to each winner, the Nobel Prize has further significance. It offers a certain prestige, because the process is so long and drawn out. By winning this award, a person must have beaten out a large group of candidates and scrutinized by a select group of his or her peers. Therefore, being awarded this prize is an indication that you're respected among others of your field and have contributed greatly to the betterment of mankind. In addition, this award provides an incentive for the pursuit of knowledge and peace. Recognizing certain individuals for their achievements further reinforces the fact that one person can change the world. Finally, the money provided by Alfred Nobel is used to invest on people who usually spend the money to further investigate their areas of expertise. It provides otherwise moderately paid intellectuals with a means to fund their research, materials, and etc.
At first, there were instances where discoveries from Nobel-winning scientists have become obsolete. This has resulted in a waiting period for scientific awards, specifically chemistry and physics. Now it takes about 20 years for discoveries in these fields to be awarded so that the findings can be proved over time. Another criticism is the inability of the Nobel committees to recognize certain achievements, most notably that of Mahatma Gandhi. In between 1937 and 1948, a span of 11 years, Gandhi was nominated 5 times for the award but never won. Gandhi died before the nomination deadline of the 1948 Nobel Prize, and speculation had pointed to him winning the prize. Due to the Nobel Prize's strict rules of not awarding prizes to those who had passed away before the nomination deadline, Gandhi has never received the prize. Another rule that has drawn some controversy is the inability to award the prize to no more than 3 people. Several instances have occurred where people have been left out of Nobel recognition because a group has more than 3 people in them. To date, this rule has not been dealt with. It has been pointed out that discoveries have been more highly rewarded than inventions. Nobel states in his will that discoveries or inventions will both be rewarded, where a staggering 23% of physics prizes have been given to inventions. The final criticism is the non-existence of a prize for mathematics. There have been many controversy theories about the mission of this award, but nonetheless there have been many mathematicians who have been awarded other Nobel Prizes in literature and physics. This led to the development of the Fields Medal, which is a third-party award widely considered among the math community to be the greatest honor a mathematician can receive.
Martin Luther King was born on January 15, 1929, and was a major figure in the African American civil rights movement. He was integral in the end of racial discrimination, doing so through means that didn't involve violence. Originally a church pastor, King became involved in the fight for civil rights at an early age. He is famous for his March on Washington, where his I Have a Dream speech was given and heard by millions. Also, he was the leader behind the Montgomery bus boycott, which was an open boycott of the Montgomery transit system after the refusal of Claudette Colvin to give up her bus seat to a white person. Even more impressive, King became the youngest person to win a Nobel Prize in 1964. His work to fight racism led to this recognition. On April 4, 1968, however, Martin Luther King was shot dead in front of a motel in Memphis by James Earl Ray. Albert Einstein was a German physicist known for his contributions to science. He has published more than 300 scientific works. Some of his most notable achievements include the general theory of relativity, quantum theory of solids, the law of photoelectric effect, and many more. Although he was most famous for his theory of relativity, Einstein won his Nobel Prize for his discovery of the photoelectric effect. On April 17, 1955, Einstein died of internal bleeding, which had been previously discovered. His brain was taken by Thomas Stoltz Harvey for preservation in hopes of one day figuring the root of Einstein's genius.
The latest winners of the Nobel Prize have been in 2008. In the category of physics, Yoichiro Nambu, Makoto Kobayashi, and Toshii Masukawa won the prize for the discovery of the mechanism of the spontaneous broken symmetry in subatomic physics. In chemistry, Osamu Shimomura, Martin Chalfie, and Roger Weissien split the prize for the discovery and development of the green fluorescent protein. In physiology or medicine, Harold Zurhausen, Francois Barsanussi, and Luc Montagnier split the prize for the discovery of human papillomaviruses causing cervical cancer and the discovery of human immunodeficiency virus. In literature, Jean-Marie Gustave Leclasiot won the prize as author of New Departures, a poetic adventure and sensual ecstasy, explorer of a humanity beyond and below the reigning civilization. In peace, Marty Ahtisaari won for his important efforts on several continents and over more than 3 decades to resolve international conflicts. Finally, here's a clip of Al Gore's acceptance speech after being awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to raise awareness about global climate change.